Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, March 11th. I'm Gina Barti.
And I'm Patricia Valone. Glad to have you with us tonight. Well, dozens of people packed the Borg-Wart Funeral Home in Beltsville this afternoon for the viewing of Brennan Rebane. The 26-year-old Prince George's police officer was killed early Saturday morning in Lanham after losing control of his cruiser. Rebane was attempting to pull over a speeding car.
He was like a brother to us, actually. Yeah, he gave us a lot of words of wisdom, and he was so motivating, and kind of brings me to tears. But yeah.
Is it hard to know he's gone?
Yeah, it's extremely hard because he had so many goals. He was really driven, and I'm a student in college. He always motivated me to always push forward, and that was just his mentality.
My last conversation with him, he was telling me how he just joined the force, and he was really excited about it. So to hear this happen is really devastating. Yeah.
And Rebane's funeral will take place tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Victory Christian Ministries in Temple Hills, followed by a burial at Lake Mount Memorial Park Cemetery in Davidsonville.
State police charge a Laurel man in connection with a multi-vehicle collision that caused a fuel tanker to overturn on Interstate 95 on Tuesday. Police say 23-year-old Christopher Rhodes was driving a Ford Focus and sparked a chain reaction. He now faces charges including following too closely, unsafe lane changes, failure to control his speed, and reckless driving. You may recall southbound lanes near the ICC were shut down for hours yesterday after the biodiesel rig flipped over, blocking 4 lanes of traffic and spilling fuel all over the roadway. Police say the injured truck driver, 34-year-old Jamie Smith, was taken to Laurel Regional Hospital. No word on his condition tonight. The drivers of 2 other vehicles involved refused medical treatment at the scene. The investigation is still ongoing.
The sex abuse trial of a former Prince George's High School teacher and football coach begins today. 34-year-old Andre Brown stands accused of abusing a 17-year-old girl on the grounds of High Point High School in September 2013. Brown was arrested in early 2014 after the victim came forward. Jury selection began this morning.
A Laurel teenager pleads guilty to robbery, abduction, and sexual assault. Prosecutors say 19-year-old Jibola Irobobo posed as a police officer and robbed several prostitutes. Court documents show that the defendant met a prostitute at a hotel in 2014. Armed with handcuffs, a gun, police badge, and vest, he demanded the victim hand over money or she would go to jail. According to prosecutors, the defendant struck again weeks later, confronting a woman and demanding she have sex with him to avoid arrest. Irobobo faces up to 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine for the crimes.
A former Prince George's state's attorney makes a bid for Congress. This morning at Franklin's Restaurant in Hyattsville, Glenn Ivey announced that he will run for the seat now occupied by U.S. Representative Donna Edwards. She's planning a run for Senate in 2016. Ivey challenged Edwards for the House seat back in 2012, but later dropped out of the race.
I've got extensive experience on Capitol Hill. It would allow me to hit the ground running. I wouldn't have a learning curve. There'd be no on-the-job training. I'd know how to get going from the beginning. I also have additional service. I was elected twice as state's attorney here in Prince George's County, and had a chance to really get to know the people of the county, work with respect to public safety and public schools, and really form partnerships to reduce crime. And I think we've got a demonstrable record of success on that front, working with the police department and the community, the faith community in particular. So I'd like to do more of that, and I think Congress would give me a chance to do that type of service for the community.
And Ivey is the first so far to officially declare his bid for Maryland's 4th congressional district seat. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Valone.
And I'm Gina Barti.